Hi, I'm Richie Zellon, and in this video I want to teach you some chord melody to a popular jazz standard, and I'm referring to Beautiful Love, coming up next. Welcome to the Jazz Guitar channel, and if this is your first time and you want to learn everything you can about the art of playing jazz guitar, you've come to the right place. So please be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you won't miss anything. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you two versions of Beautiful Love. What a deal, eh? The first one is a fingerstyle arrangement that you can play solo. And if you've watched some of my previous chord melody lessons, say on Wave or Satin Doll, you've probably noticed that on the solo arrangements, I use a lot of open strings whenever possible. And that is because they create more sustain in the notes and allow for the creation of chord voicings that otherwise would not be possible to execute on the guitar. To achieve this, sometimes I have to arrange the piece in a different key than the one it's usually played in. Fortunately, I've been able to keep Beautiful Love in the original key, and that is D minor, which allows for plenty of open strings. So without further ado, let me play the arrangement for you. Next, I'm going to show you another arrangement which is a little easier and is meant to be played in a setting which includes a bass player. After playing this one, I will proceed to teach you both versions and explain what I am doing in each one. Here goes. start teaching you these arrangements, I want you to know that you have the option to download a special package from my website that will make it easier to study and learn. This is available for a very small contribution which helps support my efforts in preparing these lessons. The download includes PDFs with regular notation and tablature for both arrangements, band-in-a-box files, MP3s, and a backing track. And I will put a link in the info section down below for those interested. Next, I will teach you the first arrangement in slow 4-measure segments. And by the way, I am placing an index with links to the different sections of this lesson down below so that when you are studying, you can come back and directly go to each teaching segment without having to watch the entire video. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to teach you first the fingerstyle version, the solo version, and I'm going to break it down into 4-measure fragments. So let me play the first 4 measures plus the pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the pickup consists of a harmonized line using a little bit of contrary motion. I start with the 7th, flatted 7th in the bottom and the root of the D minor chord. And then I invert that, do some contrary motion, and I come up here. I sometimes hit that bass note on the open A, even though it's not written. So that's an A7 sus flat 9. And then I go into the B flat 7 9. Hit that open string. Just move this shape up a whole step. Without the pinky, of course. Hit the first string, open, and then I hit the open 4th string and I go into that's that old James Bond theme. Anyways, that's pretty simple. Open D string, then open E string, and then F, A, open E string, F, the B flat to the B. And the 4th measure is play measures 5 through 8. And here I go up to the 7th position for my C sus4 chord. So let me explain that. I start here with the C sus4 chord. Then I'm going into that F sharp 7 sharp 9. This implies a C7 flat 9. back from turning that C7 flat 9 temporarily into a C7 sus4 flat 9. Going back, but this time I use the open E string. That is, I add the open E string. And then I go to the F major 7, F major 7 sharp 5. I do an arpeggio, ending on a sixth, and then I play the open A, and we have this major 7th shape, major 7th interval between the 2nd and 4th strings, but with the open G in the middle. Bring that up, and now we have a flatted 7 interval with the open G. Another whole step up, the same minor 7th interval with the open G, and we're ready to proceed to measures 9 through 12. So let me play those 4 measures slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is pretty simple. I'm here outlining a D minor chord. That's the 6th, the B, minor 6 chord with a 9. Then the 10th measure, G minor 7. And the 11th measure is a B flat 7, 13th with the sharp 11, and this is one of those chords that unless we incorporate that open E string, it's impossible to play with all those upper extensions. And here I'm playing the A7 flat 9, open A string, and open E. Implying a A7 sharp 5 and the flatted 7. So and we're ready to go to the first ending. Let me play that really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Identical to the initial pickup to go back to the A section. So let me explain the first ending. It's just implying a D minor 7 chord here. And then we're going into this inversion of the chord down here where we have the flatted 3 in the bass of the chord. So the second measure of the first ending, I'm playing a G7 sharp 11. That's my sharp 11 on the 2nd string. And then I'm just resolving, or better said, I'm racing that sharp 11 to make it a 5th for G and playing a regular G7 to create some motion there. And then I'm just slipping my index finger down to the B flat to the first fret and carrying these two fingers down to the third and second string so that I have a B flat here, but I'm playing the open E string, which would be the sharp 11. And then I do a pull off from the G on the first string and then I do the pickup again. So the A section repeats again, and this time I go to the second ending instead. So let me play that second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, I'm starting here, first measure of the second ending with a D minor 7, just like I did in the first ending. But this time, for the second half, I'm going down here and I'm playing a B minor 7 flat 5. For the second measure, I'm just taking this shape and rolling it up so that I'm on the 5th fret. I have a B flat 7 there. And then all I'm doing to play the second half of the second measure here of the second ending is I'm taking this ring finger here and bringing it up a whole step. Everything except that finger is an open string. A, B flat, open G string, open E string, and then I'm going down here and playing this shape here, which is implying a D minor 7. And then I'm just switching to a G minor 6 and bringing these two fingers here while keeping the open first and second string and playing my final D minor 6/9. So now let me teach you what I did for the trio arrangement, and this is much simpler. And basically, I'm just going to show you the foundation of what I was doing. That is, I might have added a few little things here, played around with the time, but I think you'll get a good idea of what's going on here, and you'll be able to come up with your own variation if you like. So I start the melody here, single string, and I play this E minor 7 flat 5 with the 11th here. I go to the A7 on that second measure, A7 sharp 5. I can play the open E string, or I can play it fretted here on the 5th fret of the second string. And I usually play this voicing here in fourths, D minor, 11th, on the 3rd measure, and then I do a little embellishment there with this 6th chord, D minor 6. So that pretty much sounds like this in tempo. Let me play it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so we're ready to go to the next 4 measures, measures 5 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting here on measure number 5 with a C13 sus4, going to a C13, regular C13, back to the, resolving the 13 to the 5, and then here I'm implying a C7 flat 9 sus4 to harmonize that note. And I'm continuing to measure number 7, where I play an F major 7 sharp 5. Now if that's too dissonant for you, you can just play a regular F major 7. I like this. And then on that 8th measure, I first play it A 7 sharp 5, B diminished, C sharp diminished, which in turn resolves to the first measure of the 3rd line here, which is measure number 9. So let me play measures 9 through 12. 3, 4. Okay, so basically, garden variety D minor 7 chord up here on the first 4 strings with the 9th. 2nd string, going to measure 13. And I'm outlining a G minor 7, 9 with the 11th on the 1st string on the top. Resolving that to the flat 3. Actually, I play this. I resolve it to the flat 3, and then I play the 5th on the 3rd string, which allows me to shift over here. And here I'm outlining a B flat 7, sharp 11. And that is followed by the A7 flat 9. Go to the first ending, which starts with D minor 7, and the first ending would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or the pickup to start again at the top of the A section. So let me play this first ending, explain it to you. Just a D minor 7, 9 on the first 4 strings. And this inversion here, where I have the root on top, flat 3, 5, and root. Here I'm going to the G7 sharp 11 on the second measure of the first ending. And I'm just bringing up my sharp 11 to the perfect fifth. And I'm going up here and I'm playing this B flat 7 sharp 11 on the third measure. First ending. Doing this little tritone which outlines that B flat 7 chord. Half step down to the A7 and I play the pickup to go back to the top. And the second ending would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So D minor 7. Again, this inversion of the D minor chord with the root on top. I'm implying a B flat 7, 9. Going to the A7 flat 9. And ending again on that D minor chord. And there you have it. That's it. Well, that concludes this lesson. I truly hope you enjoyed it. As usual, I'd love to hear your comments, and I welcome any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and don't forget to click on the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of my upcoming lessons. Have fun, and I will see you in the next lesson.